Over the last 30 days, I completed 600 tracking tasks to test if dedicated tracking practice can build a foundation for better aim in Valorant. I'll be walking you through this 30-day journey, focusing specifically on tracking without any flicking or switching tasks. The goal? Stronger mouse control and movement consistency to improve my in-game accuracy. Let's dive in. To start, I need a baseline to measure progress against. On day 1, I ran each of AimLab's ranked tracking tasks 10 times each. It's not a huge sample size, but enough to get a solid starting point without burning out. I'll compare my high scores now with my high scores at the end of 30 days, and I'll also look at the average of my top 5 scores to get a clear sense of improvement. Here are my current baseline scores. Dodge track. High score, 57,572. Average, 53,911. Sway track. High score, 74,040. Average, 70,980. Blink track. High score, 91,250. Average, 87,800. These are the scores we'll revisit in 30 days to see just how much tracking-only training paid off. Day 2. Without a set training plan, I went into AimLabs and tested out about 35 different tracking tasks, narrowing it down to 20 that I felt I could focus on consistently. I counted this as my 20 minutes of the day and logged off. Days 3 through 8. For the first week, I stuck to my playlist, working on 20 minutes daily, but often only practicing 10 to 13 of the tasks. Here are a few standout tasks if you're looking for recommendations. Switch Track Ultimate. This one is just really fun to play. Strafe Track Ultimate. Solid for horizontal tracking practice. Arc Track Precision. More challenging with circular motions. Also, I was playing Valorant matches every day. It was hard to tell if my aim was improving in real matches, so I'll include some clips to show progression here and there.
Right side.
I'm out B.
Yeah, I'm rotating.
Around day 9, I looked up Voltaic Training, which has some awesome resources if you're looking to level up your aim. They split training into flicking, tracking, and switching categories with beginner to expert playlists. Not sponsored by the way, but it's super helpful. Days 9 through 14. I started with beginner playlists for precise and reactive tracking. If you're looking for mouse control, the precise playlist is great. It helped me smooth out my aim, avoiding the choppy movements I had before. On the other hand, the beginner reactive playlist was more dynamic and required me to adjust more accurately when the targets changed directions unexpectedly. By day 15, I felt ready to try the intermediate playlists as these were definitely harder and forced me to refine my tracking even more. Days 18 to 23. Around day 18, I switched to Voltaic's progression system for a change. The system lets you work through precise, reactive, and control tracking tasks, with scores to beat to move up in difficulty. This is great for anyone who needs set goals to stay motivated. After hitting my beginner targets, for day 24 through 28, I returned to my original playlist, refreshed and ready to tackle it with a new perspective. If you're interested, you can find this playlist on Steam by going to AimLab's workshop and searching for Avenger. Finally, on days 29 and 30, I repeated the original rank tasks to see how far I'd come. So how much did 600 tracking tasks in a month improve my scores? Here are the results. For Dodge Track, my old high score was 57,572, and my new high score is 58,657. And for my top 5 average, it improved by 7.5%. For Sway Track, my old high score was 74,040, and my new high score is 83,436, where my top 5 average improved by 8.3%. For Blink Track, my old high score was 91,250, and my new high score is 92,780, and my top 5 average improved by 5.7%. In the end, I feel like the training has definitely had a positive impact. Tracking may not be as flashy as flicking, but the benefits in smoother, more controlled aim are definitely noticeable. In total, I played 80 Valorant matches this month, starting at Immortal with around 30 RR. A few rough games later, I dropped down to Ascendant 2, barely above Ascendant 1. But by the end of the month, I pushed my way back up and hit a new peak at 129 RR in Immortal 2. Whether or not my aim is consistent enough to stay in Immortal 2 is yet to be seen, especially with 2 new maps coming up this act. I'll keep working on my game sense and mechanics to adapt to the new maps and push my skills even further. To anyone looking to improve their aim in Valorant, I definitely recommend prioritizing tracking tasks. It's a key building block for consistent aim and control. If you have questions or want more tips, drop them in the comments. Like the video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to check out my last video, where I discussed Pearl's reintroduction to Valorant's competitive map pool.